So I've spent a lot of the last few years doing a lot of self-reflection and reading on ways to just become a better person, a better human being, as I'm sure most of us are doing in our lives. And I came across this concept called Johari's window. And I found it really fascinating because there's going to be limits to how much each of us can grow without some type of feedback. And that's where Johari's window comes in. So how does Johari's window work? Well, there's basically four selves. So we have four selves. We have our open self, which is what we know and others know about us. We have our hidden self, which is what we know but others don't. There's our blind self, which is basically what we don't know but others know about us. And then there's the unknown self, which is neither ourselves or others know about us because we just haven't been put in those situations or haven't really thought through that situation. So first of all, I would Google search Johari's window adjective list because you're going to need a few copies of it. I would download anywhere from 3 to 5 copies, and you're going to read through the adjective list and you're going to circle 5 to 7 words or adjectives that you think describe yourself. Now, the reason you have another 3 to 4 copies of that is you're going to hand those blank ones out to either a family member or a best friend or somebody and have them circle 5 to 7 adjectives that describe you. And now you're going to collect all those lists. So the way you apply this is that adjectives that you circled and your friends or family circled, those are your known self or your open self. Words that your friends or family circled but you didn't, that's your blind self. Those are your blind spots that you're not even aware of. Something you're saying or the way you're projecting yourself, this is the way they see you. And so that's important feedback. Adjectives that you circled and others didn't, that's your hidden self. So these are things that you've chosen to not self-disclose to others. And then every other adjective that didn't get circled, that all goes under your unknown self. So these are areas that you've not explored in life. So how does this help you kind of grow as a person? Well, in order to get to our blind spots, we need others' feedback. And those adjectives that they circled that you didn't, those are your blind spots. And it gives you a chance to work on those and talk with them about what are the things I'm doing or saying, or is there something that I've done in the past that kind of give you this perception of me. The open self and hidden self, well, that's up to you whether you want to self-disclose that information to others. And I understand there's some things that we just don't share with others, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to do that. But in order to go from hidden self to open self, you would need to self-disclose those things. Now, hidden self to unknown self, these are going to be situations that you get put in that are going to come along about with self-discovery. Basically figuring things out about yourself that you didn't even know. Going from your blind self to your unknown self is basically going to be the result of others' observations and kind of pushing you to go a little bit further and explore some of those things. But ultimately, what this model does, even though it's a little bit oversimplified, is that it's trying to get your open self to your unknown self. And that comes from shared discovery, which is the point of this, is that you can reflect all you want, but without others' feedback, there's only so far you can go to push yourself. And this is a great way or a great jumping point to help you start. I'm sure there's other models out there. I've come across a few of them, but this is the one that I felt was the most simple and easiest to do. And it was really interesting to see what my family and friends thought about me, and really gave me some stuff to think about going forward in life. Anyways, I'd like to hear your thoughts, any comments, questions about this. If you'd like to know more about it, let me know. And thanks for tuning in. And as always, #RezaieStrong.